Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Binsan Parlindungan dengan NIM PPG saya adalah 24011660420. Kepada dosen pembimbing saya dalam jabatan, saya mengajar di SMK Negeri 53 Jakarta. Adapun mata pelajaran yang saya ajarkan adalah bahasa Inggris kelas 10. LPTK saya adalah di Universitas Muhammadiyah Profesor Dr. Hamka. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before we begin the lesson, let's pray according to our belief. Praying begin. Amen. Greeting to the teacher.
How are you today? I'm fine too, thank you. Okay, next.
Before we study, let's sing national anthem together.
Ya, baik ya mereka. Okay, thank you.
Sit down, my friend.
Thank you. I want to check your attendance. Bapak mau absensi dulu ya nak ya. Agung Cahyani, Ainun, Almadina, Alvierena, Andika, Anissa, Aura. Fidela. Present. Fidela. Present. Fidela. Present. Fitra. Imatul Zakia. Jelita. Karisma. Kayla. Kelana Diva. Action. Oke. Lintang. Muhasir. Naisipa. Nilam. Nilam. Nur Astia. Rahel. Raisya. Tasya. Rizka. Siva. Sarpika. Sip. No comment. No notice. Dan keterangan. Oh, present ya. Oke. Siti. Siva. Oh, Siva. Raise your hand. Siva. Sabikul Asmi. Vera. Zahra. Oke. Oke, students. I think we have known about conditional. Sebelum memasuki pelajaran, Bapak ingin mereview, mengulang kembali, ya nak ya. Pelajaran yang telah dipelajari sebelum kita masuk materi itu namanya conditional sentence. Apa itu conditional sentence? Conditional sentence adalah pengandaian. Sederhananya seperti itu yang Bapak tahu sebelumnya. Contoh dalam kalimat pengandaian atau conditional sentence. Jika saya jadi orang kaya, saya akan mengingat masa lalu saya untuk menolong orang miskin. Itu adalah conditional sentence dengan menggunakan structure past tense dan future past. Jika saya jadi orang kaya, oh I'm sorry, itu conditional sentence future will dan present tense ya. Sebelumnya Bapak mengajarkan dalam bentuk past. Jadi yang ingin Bapak sampaikan, materi sebelumnya itu harus diingat. Conditional sentence, lalu strukturnya. Strukturnya itu terdahulu adalah kita menggunakan present dan future will ya. Lalu masih ingatkah kalian dengan artikel an plus noun? Artikel an plus noun adalah artikel here. Artikel atau an plus noun yang artinya sebagai objek dalam sebuah kalimat. Kalimat apa? Kalimat conditional. Contohnya a book, a sheep, a fairy tale. Itu bukan hanya sebuah, bisa juga seorang, seekor, seutas, and many more. Oke? Bapak ingin menyampaikan materi yang harus kalian pahami. Sebelum Bapak memberikan materi ini, pasti kalian, your teacher before me ever given or ever gave about text. Guru-guru kalian terdahulu, guru bahasa Inggris kalian pernah memberikan jenis-jenis karangan. I want to ask Agnes, how many text do you know? Bapak tanya ada berapa teks yang kamu tahu, jenis karangan yang kamu tahu.
Karangan apa, Pak?
Nah, itu Bapak belum sampai ke situ. Nah, Bapak mau tanya lagi ke Aurel. Where's Aurel? Raise your hand. Aurel, how many text do you know? Ada berapa jenis karangan yang kamu tahu? Ada berapa? Pertanyaannya ada berapa yang kamu tahu? One. Apa itu? What is that? Ya. Bapak mau flashback lagi. Waktu kalian belajar bahasa Inggris, karangan what kind of text. Nah itu what kind. Nah baru dia karangan apa Pak? What kind. Nah kalau ditanya karangan apa Pak? One of text is salah satu jenis karangan adalah karangan naratif. Enak ya? Makanya Bapak tadi tanya how many, ada berapa? Kalau Aurel bilang ada 2. Kalau Agnes bilang ada karangan apa? Kalau Bapak mau flashback kalian pasti akan ingat. Iya itu. Exposition text, karangan eksposisi yang mengekspos. And then what else? Descriptive text, karangan deskripsi yang menceritakan tentang ciri-ciri, misalnya tentang bla bla bla. And then prosedur text, karangan prosedur, how to make something, ya, bagaimana membuat sesuatu. Dan ini yang kalian pelajari sekarang mungkin sudah kalian pelajari, tapi Bapak ingin mengeksplor again to make you understand. Ya, sebelum Bapak menjelaskan, kita lihat dulu apa sih karangan naratif itu, ya. Sambil menunggu.
And welcome to a video on narratives. A narrative is a popular genre of writing, and it tells a story with the purpose of entertaining the reader or listener. Often, narrative writing is referred to as creative writing or storytelling. Telling and sharing stories is a key part of all cultures. We hear and see stories everywhere and every day. They can be both fact or fiction.
The headline atau intinya narrative text is about fact or
picture books, short stories, novels, and traditional tales. Often these are shared through oral retellings. Unlike other genres of writing, narrative texts consist of a variety of subgenres. For example, adventure, fantasy, fairy tales, drama, sci-fi, and many more. Narratives usually follow a clear and simple structure, with a beginning, called the orientation, middle, the complication and events, and end, often referred to as the resolution. The orientation is where the storyteller sets the scene. This involves answering two central questions. Where is the story taking place, and when is it taking place? The answers to these questions depend on the type of story being told. Casting characters is another important part of the orientation and answers the question, who is the story about? In short stories, there is often only one main character, with a few secondary characters. The middle of the story, or the complication, can also be called the problem. Without a problem, there is no story. The problem or complication is the driving force of the action and the plot of the story. This problem is often a hurdle that the main character must overcome, and from this, key events in the story take place, forming the plot. As these events take place, the narrative builds to a climax, which is the high point of the action. This is the point in the story which determines if it will have a happy or tragic ending. And finally, the resolution is the end of the narrative, where loose ends are tied up after the climactic action. Often readers or listeners have questions that have not been answered throughout the events of the complication. In the resolution, these questions are usually answered. So, in summary, a narrative is a text that tells a story. It can be fact or fiction. Narratives follow a clear structure. They have an orientation, a complication of events, and a resolution.
From the narrative text you see this video, I have told just now, narrative text is about fiction. You must make text. There are three kinds: beginning, middle, and end. Pembuka, isi, dan penutup. Nah ya. And then narrative text not only you write like this. This is narrative text. But from the videos you can see narrative text can be like a novel, cerpen, even a book. For example, Harry Potter and many more. Okay? Until here, understand? Okay. Just now, you have see and understand. And I want to explain again by my definition. Maybe Jelita. Who is Jelita? Jelita, can you read this? Nur Askia, where is Nur Askia? Can you read this? Only read, baca. Bisa baca? Okay. Because you always use handphone. Narrative text is a text tells a story which aims to entertain the audience. It has elements such as plot, character, and point of view. It consists of terdiri dari tiga jenis, tiga bagian: orientasi, komplikasi atau dari cerita, and resolution, penutup. berbentuk apakah berakhir bahagia, tragis, ataupun menangis, ataupun lainnya. Bahagia atau sedih. It often use simple past tense. Biasanya naratif teks menggunakan simple past tense. Ya. Sampai sini, any questions? Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Any questions? Daripada Bapak yang bertanya? Oke, kita see another. Here you can watch again. Kalian bisa menonton lagi. Ini adalah contoh dari naratif teks berbentuk film atau cerita, ya. Judulnya adalah Lake Toba.
The Tale of Lake Toba. In a time long past, in the heart of North Sumatra, Indonesia, there lived a young farmer named Toba. To make ends meet, Toba toiled in the fields and occasionally cast his net into the nearby river, hoping for a bountiful catch of fish to feed both himself and the village. One day, returning from the fields, Toba decided to go fishing in the river. He yearned for a grand catch, one that would satisfy his hunger in an instant. His wish was granted when not long after casting his line, he felt a powerful tug. As he reeled it in, he marveled at the peculiar golden fish that gleamed brilliantly in the sun. However, as Toba unhooked the fish, an unexpected miracle occurred. The golden-scaled fish transformed into a captivating maiden before his eyes. Her beauty rivaled only by the shimmering waters of the river itself. Toba stood in awe, bewildered by the magical transformation he had witnessed. The maiden introduced herself as Toba, a deity's cursed creation, condemned to assume the form of any who touched her. Touched by Toba's kindness, she appeared as a human. Toba, enchanted by her beauty, offered to marry her. She agreed, but with one condition. He must keep her true nature a secret. Toba swore to protect her secret. They wed and had a son named Samasir. Over time, Samasir grew into a healthy, strong boy, but developed a lazy and mischievous nature. He refused to help his father, who worked tirelessly in the fields, and was excessively pampered by his mother. Samasir's laziness only worsened with time, as his mother indulged his every whim. One day, Samasir was tasked with delivering lunch to his hard-working father. However, during the journey, his insatiable appetite overcame him, and he devoured most of the meal. When he arrived at the fields, he offered his father what little remained. Toba, famished from his labor, was outraged. He confronted Samasir, who appeared indifferent to his father's anger. Toba's patience wore thin, and in a moment of frustration, he cursed his son, uttering the words, "You are descended from fish." Terrified, Samasir returned home in tears, relating the incident to his mother. Unbeknownst to Toba, his wife had failed to keep the secret. Filled with sorrow, she joined hands with Samasir, and in an instant, they both transformed into springs, gushing forth water that rapidly flooded the land. As time passed, the springs formed a vast lake, known as Lake Toba, located.
This is one example story, narrative story. And then I will show you
In North Sumatra, Indonesia.
the second story narrative again. Sekarang cerita yang kedua masih dalam bentuk naratif, ya. Oke, judulnya Malin Tunggal. Dari Danau Toba kita lihat bentuknya adalah past tense. Malin Tunggal pun ceritanya berbentuk berbentuk masa lalu.
Long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West Sumatra, lived a woman and her son, Malin Kundang. Malin Kundang's father had passed away when he was a baby, and he had to live hard with his mother. Malin Kundang was a healthy, diligent, and strong child. He usually went to the sea to catch fish and brought it to his mother or sold it in the town. One day, when Malin Kundang was sailing as usual, he saw a merchant ship which was being raided by a small band of pirates. With his brave and power, Malin Kundang defeated the pirates. The merchant was so happy and asked Malin Kundang to sail with him. Malin Kundang agreed. Many years later, Malin Kundang became a wealthy merchant with a huge ship, loads of trading goods, many ship crews, and a beautiful wife. In his journey, his ship landed on a beach. The villagers recognised him, and the news ran fast in the town. Malin Kundang became a rich man, and now he is here. His mother, in deep full sadness after years of loneliness, ran to the beach to meet her beloved son again. When the mother came, Malin Kundang, in front of his well-dressed wife, his crews and his own gloriness, denied to meet the doll, poor and dirty woman. For 3 times she begged Malin Kundang, and for 3 times yelled at him. At last Malin Kundang said to her, "Enough, old woman. I have never had a mother like you, a dirty and ugly peasant." Then he ordered his crews to set sail. Enraged, she cursed Malin Kundang that he would turn into a stone if he didn't apologize. Malin Kundang just laughed and set sail. In the quiet sea, suddenly a thunderstorm came. His huge ship was wrecked, and it was too late for Malin Kundang to apologize. He was thrown by the wave out of his ship, fell on a small island, and suddenly turned into stone. The moral value from the Malin Kundang story is we must respect our parents because they're the most important person in the world.
Oke. Kalian, all of the students sudah melihat 2 cerita dalam bentuk naratif. Dalam bentuk naratif ini, kalian sudah melihat ada persamaannya, there is the same, dengan menggunakan conditional. For example, if I would be a Malin Kundang, kalau saya jadi Malin Kundang, I'm sorry, kalau saya Malin Kundang, if I was Malin Kundang, I would hug my mom and give all of my money from my job. Itu bentuk pengandaian dari bentuk past. Begitu juga dalam cerita The Legend of Lake Toba. What will happen? What will happen? What would happen? Sorry. What happened? Apa yang terjadi? If you would be a Samosir. Apa kalian kalau jadi Samosir, apa yang akan kalian lakukan? Tentu saja bekerja keras. Kalau Samosir lazy. Oke. And then persamaannya apa? Persamaannya adalah endingnya sad. Dari cerita tersebut berbentuk video, kalian harus bisa mengidentifikasikan tujuan penulisan, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan, serta menganalisis berbagai pokok masalah dari mulai alur cerita, nilai moral dari teks naratif. Kalian pun harus bisa menyusun cerita itu cerita fiksi, bukan? Naratif berdasarkan struktur teks dan unsur kebahasaan yang tepat. Tadi strukturnya adalah past tense. Nah ya, bisa juga dikondisikan dalam bentuk conditional sentence. Oke? Tadi narrative text by using conditional sentence. Past tense part 2. Ini Bapak future will nanti ya. Bapak hanya mau fokus ke naratif teksnya ya. Naratif teks tadi terdiri dari 3. There are 3 form bentuk dalam naratif teks. Pertama harus ada orientation, introduce characters, the setting, time and place, and the situation, complication, the problem, the content, presence, the problem or conflict present by the characters, resolution, ending story. So how the problems are solved, whether happily or sadly. Ya. Apakah dalam kalian membuat karangan naratif itu, pertama harus membuat alur ceritanya, ya. Apakah di desa, apakah waktu kalian masih sekolah. Lalu yang kedua, kalian harus membuat isinya sepanjang kalian cerita itu. Dan yang terakhir adalah ceritanya itu terjadinya seperti apa akhirnya. Apakah kalian naik kelas, apakah kalian sampai ke kampung halaman naik pesawat. Nah, naik pesawatnya itu adalah objeknya. Tadi kita sudah membahas tentang atau personal. Oke. Tadi cerita Malin Kundang, ya. Malin Kundang. There once was a young man named Soba who made his living fishing. One day he caught a golden fish that transformed into a beautiful woman. They married, but the wife had one condition: her to identify a fish must be revealed they had a son. But one day the father, enraged, accidentally called him fish child. Tadi kan dari cerita tersebut kita lihat bapaknya bilang dasar anak ikan. Gitu, anak ikan. The wife, devastated by her broken promise, speared with her son. Water suddenly erupted from the earth, submerging the village and farming Lake Toba, while the spot where the son and mother stood become Samosir Island. Yang akhirnya ceritanya itu adalah berakhir sedih, di mana Samosir dan ibunya berubah menjadi air dan pulau. Ini tadi ceritanya, ya kan? Inilah kalau kalian ke Sumatera Utara, inilah airnya, ibunya ikan tapi dalam, ya, ibunya ikan. Inilah namanya si Samosir. Nah ya. Sekarang Bapak mau tanya nih, have you heard the story of Lake Toba? Sudah pernah dengar cerita Danau Toba? Who is Toba? And his father and his mother. Siapa itu Toba? Ayahnya dan ibunya. Ayahnya seorang farmer, ibunya was a fish, and Samosir was their son. If you were there, what would you feel? Kalau kamu di sana, apa yang akan terjadi? Kalau Bapak rasanya akan menangis dan pergi sejadi-jadinya. Did you know who was Samosir? Kamu tahu siapa Samosir? Samosir is island. Sekarang kita main kundang. Hampir sama. Do you still remember the story of Malin Kundang? Bapak mau tanya nih, jangan nulis aja. Bapak mau tanya sama Nilam. Nilam. Bintang. Raise your hand. Did you know story of Malin Kundang? Apakah kamu masih ingat cerita Malin Kundang? Why did he like that? Bapak mau tanya sama Sartika. Sartika. Kenapa Malin Kundang seperti itu? Karena dia malu. He was ashamed. Dia malu. Her mother poor, miskin. Ya. Nah, sekarang Bapak mau nanya nih, per kelompok, anggap aja ini kelompok 1, ini kelompok 1 dan 4, kelompok 2, kelompok 3, kelompok 4 ya. Kelompok 1, dari sini dulu dah. Kelompok 1. Ini cerita apa? Apa bulak? Oh, Timunas kalian bulak ada gambar videonya. Oke, kelompok 2. You know what story is this? Ini cerita apa? Si bawang merah. Oke, tahu ceritanya? Oke, group 3. Do you know the story of this chicken? Harry Potter. And group 4. What story is next? Pinocchio. Oke. Sekarang Bapak mau kasih kalian pilihan buku, ya nak ya, bukan pilihan. Cuma dikasih waktu 10 menit. Itu plus kalian isi, ya. Oke, Bapak mau kelompok 1, maju ambil buku yang mana mau dipilih. Ini, ya dari sini aja. Ya, udah nggak bisa. Grup tuh, Amir. Grup tuh, Amir. Langsung dibaca, langsung diisi ada ya. Use your phone, gunakan handphone kalian. Nanti semua harus dijawab, dibaca. Nah, grup 3. Yes. And the last group 4.
Itu dia 4 orang.
Group 4. Oke. Dikasih waktu kalian untuk membaca per kelompok ya nak ya. Kalau bisa mejanya diatur, kalau nggak mau diatur, use your phone, cekrek dan gunakan buku tulis kalian, ya kan? Saya nomor 1, saya nomor 2, nomor 3, nomor 4, nomor 5, nomor 6 kan bisa begitu kan? Ya bagi-bagi tugas ya. Oke? Karena ini dekat bisa bagi. Only 10 minutes, 10 menit untuk membaca dan mengerjakan. Ayo jangan bohong yang di belakang. Share pakai handphone, bagi ke temennya. Bagi dia nanti jawab mau berapa. Keluarkan buku tulis kamu. Jawab baik. Go. Nanti 10 menit Bapak panggil untuk boleh ini lampunya banyak. Ini ya boleh. No, in this paper. Nanti your answer in here. Pokoknya bikin grup dong. Ayo, bikin grup.
Nah, ini bukunya buka apa? The title is up to you. For example, this is the title, Anak Domba yang Tersesat. Like that. Okay? But if you clever, kalau kalian cerdas, ya terjemahkan aja kan ada handphone as your friend. Use phone as your friend. Waktunya 6 menit lagi, ayo. Makanya jangan sibuk. Don't make yourself busy something wrong. Jangan buat kesibukan yang bukan punya impact ke group. Ya. Your time 6 minutes more, 6 menit lagi. Sambil baca, banyak. I say, one read a book, one open the handphone, and the other is writing. kamu baca dan dari situ ada question pertanyaannya. She is clever girl. I give you time. Apakah dijemput? Your duration 4 minutes more, 4 menit lagi. Yo. Pertama, soalnya jembatan aja dulu, ya kan? Gampang kok. Number 8 ya. Kan kamu baca buku gitu. Nama-nama bendanya apa aja di sini kayak ini? A zombie, a mother. Bukan nama-nama benda di sini. Benda itu kan nggak harus batu, nggak harus apel. Ibu saya polisi itu kan benda. Benda apa aja yang ada di situ? Ini Tuhan, master, yes. S, siapa namanya? Pardon? Pardon? You can see from this. Question number what? Pertanyaan nomor berapa itu? Number 3. your question? Yes? Number 5. No, it means apakah kamu suka menulis teks naratif? Itu pertanyaannya. Apakah kamu akan suka? Maksudnya gini, kamu kalau ngarangin pengennya karena dia eksposisi apa naratif? Gitu. Kalau suka, pasti kamu akan menulis kan? Pertanyaan Bapak, akankah kamu menulis karangan naratif? Question is like that. Welcome. Oke, Arya. You only shake your hand. Okay, you will read all if you don't join your friends. Write the group ya, Arya. Write the group, ini nama grupnya ya. Ini nama grupnya. Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. One by one. You just see. Come on. Come on. You just see this. Iya, maksudnya Pak nanti presentasinya bagaimana gitu kan? Ya ini lihat aja. Nah, ini ya, kita tinggal. Read the book. Oh, bukunya nah. Oke. Ini kan ada 4. Berarti 3-3. Misalnya 1. Ya boleh 2-2 boleh. 8 kan 1. Come on. Read the questions and answer. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My team will explain the
lanjut. Next. No, no, next, lanjut. Oke, give applause for group C. Oke, before you sit, sebelum duduk, rapikan kembali bangkunya ya, Nak ya. Give the paper and give the book. Oke, thank you. Sit down. You are welcome. Sit down. Rapikan kembali bangkunya. Lalu nanti Bapak mau grup 2 dan grup 4 di sini ya, Nak ya. Berarti grup 2 itu you walk away from there and this way, okay? You walk through this way. Now group 4 first. Group 4. Now group 4. Sekarang group 4. Boleh di sini, Nak? Boleh. Ya, teman.
Assalamualaikum.
No. Okay. Before you give your answers, sebelum kalian memberikan jawaban kalian, ice breaking, gitu ya. Kayaknya tegang banget grup 4, apalagi grup 2. Oke, kita mau smile dulu ice breaking. Ice breakingnya itu you stand up please. Ice breakingnya easy. The song of Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. Do you know that song? Bahasa Indonesianya kepala, rambut, muka. Aduh, Bapak nggak tahu kalau bahasa Indonesianya. Head, Shoulders gitu. Tahu lagunya? You know that song? If you don't know, ice breakingnya count 1 until 1000 kalau begitu, 1.000. Oke, 1, 2. Kalian bisa lihat Bapak ya. Bisa lihat Bapak di sini. Oke? 1, 2, 3. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Eyes, ears, mouth, nose. Once again. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Eyes,
an average, a rhino, a mammal, an attitude, and a sense of horse. Number 10. Give your opinion. If I become him or her, one of the characters from the book, I will protect myself from rumors. Begins taking the third comes destroying equipment.
Okay, give applause for group book. Give the book and give the paper. Thank you very much. You can sit. Student, tidy up your chair. Jangan lupa dirapikan. Now the last group. Sebelumnya rapikan dulu. Tidy up your chair. Okay. So you can walk through there and you enter by your friends.
Dika gentleman. Tepuk tangan untuk Dika.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We will present the
Boleh campur-campur Indonesia and English.
we will present the
Deg-degan. Dan antara nomor 1 jawab dengan nomor 1.
Number 1. What is your most favorite fairy story? Why? Answer. My favorite fairy story is The Bee and the Red Ant because the story shows how even very different characters like a bee and a red ant can work together to solve problems.
Oke, I give you 2 thumbs. Jawaban suara kamu so clear and so good.
Thank you, Mr.
Number 2. What is the book title that you read? The Bee and the Red Ant.
Oke, give you a good point.
Number 3. Did you like the book? Why? Yes, I did because the story in the book is very interesting, giving us inspiration. There is something to read that.
number 4. How many books do you always read per day? I can read 1 book.
Yes, I will. I practice. What will you do if you don't like the storybook you read? Stop reading and request if another, more interesting book looks. Number 9. What will you do if you are the character? I will be patient and try to get something good. Number 10.
Okay, before you sit, I want to say something. You are the best group in this class. Give applause for group. You can sit. Ini Bapak sedang menilai ya, mengevaluasi hasil kalian. Sambil Bapak mengevaluasi, Bapak kasih kalian 2-3 menit untuk memberi pertanyaan ke Bapak. If you don't ask, kalau kalian tidak bertanya, Bapak yang akan bertanya. Nah ya, I give you 2-3 minutes from now. Yang nggak bisa jawab pertanyaan Bapak, Bapak kasih pelajaran tambahan di rumahnya masing-masing, sama orang tuanya masing-masing belajarnya. Still 1 minute more, kasih waktu. Sambil kalian berpikir, saya kayaknya I want to ask this. I give you 1 minute more to ask me. Nanti Bapak kasih tahu hasilnya. Grup 1 nilainya 79, your score is 79. Grup 2, your score is 88. 88. Group 3, your score is 86. And group 4, I give you 95. Your answer almost perfect. Okay. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4. From narrative text, you must understand about the structure tadi, ya kan? And then orientation. You must learn. Do you like narrative text? Apakah kalian suka karangan naratif? Itu dulu. If you like, you can write every story you want to write. Yang ada kan contohnya kancil dan buaya, crocodile and a deer. Terus lagi Iron Man. If me, I will make a story Super Binsar. I will make. Ya. I like narrative text. So I give you. This is I wanna give you reflection. Ini inti dari pelajaran kita hari ini ya nak ya. Inti pelajaran kita hari ini pertama, Bapak sudah menjelaskan kepada kalian apa yang baru saja kalian pelajari. Apa yang kalian pelajari hari ini? Suaranya nggak kenceng. Apa yang kalian pelajari hari ini? What will you have been studying today? Apa yang sudah kalian pelajari hari ini? What will have you been studying today? Narrative text. What will have you been studying today? Speak loud dong. What will you have been studying today? Bapak sudah menjelaskan penting bagi kalian, bagi Bapak juga penting bagi kalian adalah apakah kalian sudah memahami karangan narasi? Bukan yes, apakah kalian sudah memahami? Jawabannya, saya sudah memahami, saya belum memahami, saya still learning, I am still learning, masih antara suka dan tidak, antara ngerti lupa gitu ya, like that. Oke? Itu yang Bapak mau kasih tahu ke kalian. Lalu apakah perlu juga buat Bapak? Perlu dong. I need you, my students. Bapak memerlukan kalian, anak-anakku. Guru yang hebat adalah guru yang mencerdaskan muridnya. Kalau kalian gak cerdas, berarti Bapak juga tidak berhak. Jadi Bapak perlu juga untuk melakukan refleksi. Oh, muridnya ternyata 60% tidak suka karangan narasi. Nah, coba Bapak mau tanya, raise your hands ya, raise your hands. Who likes narrative text? Siapa yang suka karangan narasi? Yang suka karangan narasi? Angkat tangan, bukan angkat botol dong. Raise your hand. Angkat tangan. Angkat tangannya jangan begini. Kalau Bapak nggak bohong. Angkat tangan. Angkat tangan nak. Yang suka karangan narasi. Bapak hitung sampai 3 ya. Ini Bapak cuma tanya. Bapak mau hitung. Who likes narrative text? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Berarti ada 70% itu menyukai. Ya. Berarti saat Bapak, when I teach you about narrative text, you like the topic. Kalian suka temanya. Oke. Bapak mau merefleksi juga nih yang kedua. Have you understood? Apakah kalian sudah mengerti narrative text? Jawabnya antara yes and no. Jawabnya kalau yes, yes I have. No, no I haven't. Have you understood narrative text?
Yes, I have.
Oke ya. Lalu dan hal-hal yang tidak dipahami peserta didik dari materi yang telah mereka pelajari, dari lembar jawaban yang sudah Bapak periksa dari kalian, ada yang belum paham, terutama kelompok A ya. Dia di situ belum pahamnya yang write 6 nouns. Ya, itu kan misalnya an apple, an orange, a policeman. Enak ya. Lalu sekali lagi Bapak merefleksi yang sudah kalian pelajari bab ini dengan membandingkan pemahaman teman-teman. Sekarang Bapak tanya, siapa yang sudah paham? Kalau sudah angkat tangan, yang belum nggak usah angkat tangan. Siapa yang sudah paham tentang, tadi kan suka kan? Sekarang paham. Siapa yang sudah paham karangan narasi teks? Who have understood about narrative text? Raise your hands. Sudah paham. Narrative text is about fact or fiction. Siapa yang sudah paham? Raise your hand. Ya jangan ragu-ragu, nah sudah paham aja. Yang penting paham itu tahu. Oh ini karangan narasi tentang dongeng, tentang kenyataan. Raise your hands. Oke. Oke, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Thank you ya for group 4 ya. Because your score is high. Yeah, I understand. Okay. And the last. Bapak mau ya kalian learn at home karena tidak sampai di sini, kita akan ada materi lanjutannya about narrative text. Dan sebagai closing, Bapak mau ya kalian pertama harus menyukai gurunya dulu. Suka itu bukan cinta ya. Kalau kalian mau bisa bahasa Inggris, sukai gurunya. Setelah itu pelajari materinya. Materi hari ini naratif teks, saya akan belajar. Oke? Any questions? Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Any questions? If there's any questions, Bapak mau closing. Namun sebelumnya satu orang pimpin untuk penutup. Ya. Bapak mau laki-laki tadi perempuan dari kelompok 4. Oh ya udah, awal lagi again. Kita mau closing nak, mau tutup, mau berdoa, ya. Mau ditutup, mau berdoa. Nah, step in front first, ya. Ya, Bapak mau tanya dulu sama Aurel ya, refleksi. Aurel hari ini naratif teksnya bagaimana? Mengertinya di mana? Cerita yang fakta seperti apa contohnya? Kalau berita hoax, itu fakta bukan? Berita yang bagaimana contohnya? Contohnya ada Nantara, ya kan? Nah, beras bulog yang dicampur, ya kan? Bapak mau panggil satu lagi anak cowok yang ini. Maju ke depan. Menurut kamu, apa yang harus kamu pelajari tentang karangan naratif teks di rumah?
Ini yang akan saya pelajari di bagian struktur, kayak orientation, resolution, sama
Antara struktur sama orientation, resolution.
ini yang bagian resolution.
Oh, kalau itu kan tadi kan orientation kan awalan, resolution kan akhiran, complication kan isinya. Nah, berarti kamu harus belajar menulis cerita seperti itu, ya kan? Nah, oke. Oke, you can sit. Aurel akhiri dengan doa.
Lord,